Erotic Dirty Sex Stories, an adult collection, Threesomes, Virgins, Taboo, Anal, Gangbang, MILFs, Bisexual, Lesbian, Domination, BDSM, and much more.
Written by Anna Cook. Narrated by Anna Parker. Copyright 2021 by Anna Cook. Production copyright 2021 by Anna Cook. Update version.
Slave. The long-awaited announcement had been made. King Braca of Denholm was granting a new license. Arya had saved just enough money to apply. Once she had paid the fee, even Vasilian himself could not prevent her from taking the test. Arya was just a slave and a whore, but this contest was only open to slaves and whores. Vasilian was a duke in the Orithia clan, a great-grandson of Orithia herself, and Arya had belonged to him for 5 years. But the king had set this contest in place, and nobody had the right to interfere. If her life had gone the way she had planned, Arya would be the wife of Selyan. Selyan was not a soldier, or a poet, or an administrator. He was a simple chronicler, a recorder of other people's deeds, but he belonged to the Northern Quill clan. A clan meant security in hard times. It meant a family beyond the household. It meant there was always someone to lend a hand. It meant belonging. But Selyan had died in an unfortunate fire before the marriage. Arya was left without a husband, without a clan, and without a future. She was too old to be newly betrothed. Without Selyan, Arya would be doomed to be in her father's care until he died. And then she would starve to death. But on Arya's 18th birthday, her father sold her to Vasilian, Duke of the Orithia whore clan. She was a slave, not a member, but it was the best future her father could arrange. She started out as the lowest sort of whore. She walked the streets night after night, spent her morning sharing a bed with 3 other girls, and had 4 hours to herself in the afternoon. A street whore generally had no freedom and no money of her own. But she did have rights, and one of those rights was rewards for her service. Now, she was 26. She had earned a place in a true brothel. She had her own room with a fireplace and a window. Men put money directly in her offering bowl, rather than paying a pimp or madam. She was allowed 5 refusals a month, and her name was printed on the sign outside. Men came to Headed House 4 just to see her, but Arya was still frightened of the future, unless she could arrange a better someday for herself. Once age made her less attractive, and she was no longer able to bring any money into the brothel or clan. The very best she could hope for was a merciful knife across her throat as she slept. She was allowed to save money in the brothel, and House Mother Orset had helped her invest some of it. 2 caravans to Adusel and a ship to the Chaitals were carrying some good luck, ebony lions that she would earn a profit from. But she was a long way from retirement. So when the announcement had gone out that a new license was available, Arya wanted it. She paid the fee, and on the appointed day, the house mother gave her the day off. All she had to do was pass the test. Arya made her way to the palace, an intimidating edifice of black and gray stone. She had been there before, servicing various members of the staff, but this time she was allowed to enter through the front gates. She handed over her token, proof that she paid her fee, to Barpik, the palace constable. He scowled at her, clearly remembering the street whore he'd rousted from many a taproom and tavern. He eyed her clothes, fashionable in design, though made from mediocre fabrics. He examined her token carefully, a bronze coin used for
Sample complete. Ready to continue?